Alright class, today's topic is percents. It's a pretty simple concept, but I will show you how to figure this out. Percents can either be a fraction over 100 or a decimal part of a whole. I realize that's a little unclear, so I'll just take you through the process of how to get a percent. When given a decimal, such as 0.21, you multiply by 100, and you get 21. Then you put a percent sign after it, and that's 21%. So what that means is that 0.21 or 21 hundredths is 21% of the whole. So when you see 2% milk, that means 2 out of 100 parts of that milk is heavy cream or whatever the milk is. So I just wanted to explain that in real world terms for you. So if I were to give you 0.76, you'd multiply that by 100 and you'll get 76%. I'm going to give you about 3 to try, give you a minute or 2 to work on it, and then we'll come back. On the video, it'll just not have any talking, and you'll just sit here. So you have 51 hundredths, 27 hundredths, and let's go with 3 hundredths. I want to see if you can get that one. Go ahead. For those that still need to see the title, there it is. Hopefully you have this set by now. 51 hundredths should be 51%, 27 hundredths should be 27%, and 3 hundredths should be 3%. If you got 30 there, you have to remember that when you multiply by 100, you move the decimal place 2 places. So that should be 3%, not 30, not 0.3, not 300, whatever craziness you came up with. The answer is 3. So converting a decimal to a percent is fairly simple, as well as vice versa. If I were to give you 12%, you would divide by 100 to get 12 hundredths. So that's pretty simple there. Decimals to percents is a pretty straightforward operation. I do want to show you one more, just so you understand. If I say 1.5, that's actually 150%. So how that works would be if I said you had I don't know 100% of your milk, and then you buy another half gallon. Now you have 150% of what you had before. That's not a great example. I apologize. I'll come up with something better in the future. Now, this is decimals to fractions, or decimals to percents. Fractions to percents is actually a more complex operation. So that gets its own title, like so. I'll even box it, make it special. So, if I give you 1/4, you would have to say 1 divided by 4, and that would give you 0.25, and then you convert that to a percent, and you would get 25%. So it's numerator divided by denominator and that quantity times 100 gives you a percent. If you break down percent into its core words, percent, cents are 1 out of 100, so it's kind of something to do with that. If that helps you remember it, great. If not, forget I said it. My feelings aren't hurt. So for the most part, that's what you're going to be doing today. If you have questions, I'll be back on Wednesday. No need to panic, but I do want to give you some practice just in case you're good to go with that. Let's do page 337. I'm going to write it over here. And I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 1 through 40. All. If you don't finish this today, it's not homework. I'll give you time to work on it tomorrow. I just want to make sure that you have too much work rather than not enough work, so as to not cause any chaos or have to participate in any shenanigans. Other than that, hope you guys have a successful day. I'm going to stop the video.